Hi, Jill here with news and an urgent request for your help. Please join me in demanding that the Israeli occupation forces immediately release Dr. Hussam Abu Safia and the other medical staff from the Kamal Adwan hospital. They were arrested violently when the Israeli forces stormed and burned down the hospital, forcing out hundreds of people, including staff, sheltering families, and patients, who now have no other functioning hospital to go to in northern Gaza. So please spread the word, especially tell your representatives to Congress to call for their release now before they are killed, as hundreds of healthcare workers have been as part of Israel's campaign to destroy the healthcare system in Gaza. Dr. Abu Safia is a pediatrician and the director of the Kamal Adwan Hospital. He's been targeted by the Israeli occupation forces as part of a pattern of attacks on the healthcare system in Gaza, which is now at the brink of collapse, per the UN. This is a key part of the larger campaign of genocide and ethnic cleansing that Israel is committing against the Palestinian people. The staff was stripped down to their underwear, forced out into the freezing cold, and several, including Abu Safia, were beaten and taken for interrogation. Abu Safia, we have learned, is now at the Sde Seaman military prison, which is known for its torture and abuse, keeping prisoners in tiny cages with their limbs so tightly bound that the circulation is cut off, they develop gangrene, and then the limbs have to be amputated, which is done without anesthesia, a form of just incredible torture in and of itself. The Kamal Adwan Hospital has been under siege, sniper fire, bombardment, and drone attacks for months, previously killing the ICU director, the last orthopedic doctor in northern Gaza, several nurses, refugees, and Abu Safia's own son. Dr. Abu Safia himself was arrested in a raid back in October and then wounded by shrapnel from a drone attack on the hospital in November. Still, he and a group of dedicated doctors and nurses have remained steadfastly at the hospital to provide the only care in northern Gaza, refusing to leave. Needless to say, Israel's attacks on Kamal Adwan Hospital, and in fact all hospitals in Gaza and beyond, is a war crime. And there's not a shred of evidence that Gaza's hospitals are harboring or even treating terrorists or combatants of any sort. And if they were, even that is not a justification, according to international law, for attacking the hospitals or the healthcare workers. What the hospitals and the healthcare workers are treating, in fact, are the victims of genocide, overwhelmingly children who've been injured by bombs, drones, Israeli snipers known to target children, by the Israeli starvation campaign, itself a war crime, and by infectious diseases caused by the lack of clean water and sanitation, resulting from Israel's destruction of the most basic public health infrastructure. So the bottom line is, please contact your senators and your representative to Congress. You can get their contact information at house.gov and at senate.gov. Dr. Abu Safia is a hero who put his own life continuously in harm's way to care for the people in the most desperate circumstances. This is the very antithesis of the genocide in Gaza enabled by our tax dollars. So please take a minute to help save Dr. Abu Safia and the imprisoned healthcare workers. And let's begin the new year in the spirit of courage and humanity that they represent, and which we desperately need to end this genocide and the wars expanding across the Middle East and beyond that impoverish and endanger all of us. Wishing you the peaceful, transformative new year that we all deserve. Thank you so very much.